If you own a Mark 7 or Mark 7.5 VW Golf GTI or Golf R, you might wonder why your center console doesn't open and why there is no center console glove box. So I did a little research on this, and what I found was that the Department of Transportation, or whatever the governing body is for these things, has a rule that cars in the United States have to keep their storage closed in the event of a rollover. Apparently, when these cars were ready for export to the United States, I'm not sure about Canada, they were in a state where the latching mechanism on these center consoles didn't meet that rule and didn't pass the tests for staying closed. So what Volkswagen did is, for the American spec cars, they bolted these consoles shut. The Euro spec cars have perfectly functioning center glove boxes, or center console storage bins, or whatever you want to call them. So, how to fix this? Well, I'll offer you my solution, and I'll mention a few others. The first thing you'll want to do is grab yourself a number 4 Allen wrench and a couple of about 1.5-inch rubber bands, or hair ties. The rubber band kind of hair ties. They're like, I don't know what they're called. They're rubber bands for your hair. They don't get tangled in your hair. Okay. Then you're going to want to come back here, and you're going to move this forward. I already have this detached, but this is an incredibly easy piece to detach. When it's in place, you grab it here and here, and you pull up and towards you. And what it'll do is it'll pop right off. It's held in place by 6 clips. They are plastic, so be gentle but firm. And on this side, the clips are metal. All right, and what you're going to find is that there are, on this mechanism, 2 ratcheting little arms, one on the left, one on the right, and they're going to be in the down position. And over here, you're going to see that there's going to be a number 4 Allen key screw holding it in place. Same on the other side. Take your Allen wrench, pop this guy out, take it out. The arm is going to continue to lay there. Do the same on the other side. Be careful. Make sure you use a number 4 Allen. Make sure you use an Allen key that is fully inserted. The reason that I'm kind of harping on this is the material of these screws is cheap and soft. This one I popped out no problem. This one I wasn't so lucky, and I ended up stripping it, so I had to use an easy out, and I had to drill it out. That would not have been necessary had I just taken a little bit of extra care. But them's as the cards. All right. Once you have these arms loose and the screws out, then what you'll notice is that you'll be able to move these arms with your fingers. In your case, they're going to be laying down, and they're going to be on this little rail of ratcheting teeth. If you lift them both up, which you can do by just, kind of using both hands, pop them up. With your other hand, you'll be able to grab the console, and voila, it'll open. It will also immediately get stuck in the upright position, because what's going to happen is that these little armatures are going to latch, and they're going to catch some latches that are up front. This assembly lacks the release mechanism for that. And so you'll just need to get in there with a screwdriver, pop them both loose, and you'll be able to close it again. But when you close it, it won't close all the way, because those arms are going to be laying down, and they're going to slide along here, and they're going to make contact with the first tooth inside of there, right, of this ratcheting rail. And your center console is going to be kind of in an upward position. Now, because we don't have the mechanism for releasing the ratchets, what that means is it's going to be stuck. So again, you have to use a screwdriver, pop it up, hold it with one finger, pop it up with the other, hold it with that finger, and then you'll be able to close it all the way. Careful not to pinch yourself. Okay. So to make this thing fully functional, there's a few ways around it that I've seen online. The first one probably the most professional one, is there's a group of folks out there that have manufactured these nice little Delrin shims that pop in here, and they keep these guys, these little armatures, from ever coming into contact with any of the ratcheting rails. Great. Costs 35 bucks. Nice solution. Yeah, that's that. You can find their video and order it from them if that's what you want to do. There's also another solution where I saw a fella did kind of a cool thing where around each arm he tied a piece of string. So it's one string that connects both arms. And then he led the string kind of in the front. And if you pull on the string, it pulls the arms up. And what's cool about his solution is that, unlike my solution, his solution allows you to use the string to lift those armatures, and basically he retained the ability to adjust the height of this. Mine doesn't do that. My solution is really simple. First, I used rubber bands, but then I was thinking, you know what, they might dry out. I was just going to go with it. And then my wife told me, hey, you know those hair tie thingies that you use because you're growing your hair out? You can use those, and they're wrapped. So yeah, so that's exactly what I did. So what I did is I took one of those, it's basically a rubber band that's wrapped in some stuff, nylon. You loop it around once, you lead it around, and then you loop it around again. And it looks like I looped it around once, led it around this way, pulled it under, looped it around again. And what the result is that the rubber band, or the hair tie thingy, just causes these to spring up. And then I did the same on the other side. Okay, so the end result is this now opens and doesn't get stuck, and you have a fully functional center console glove box. You might be wondering what this looks like on the inside. I thought it was going to be ugly and show a bunch of wires or AC vent or whatever. Nope. It's actually a perfectly usable little storage space. It's lined and everything. There's no rubber lining, but it has the plastic. And if you want to pretty it up, I'm sure you can come up with something. So there you go. That is the reason why these are the way they are on US spec cars, at least according to rumor, and a way to bypass it. Hope that helped.